been in here. Thanks for your sorry, man, for your double loss. Yeah, thank you. Anyways, that's Captain Dick. I'm Tool Squatch, aka Josh, or the other way around, Josh, aka Tool Squatch, however you want to think about it. I wasn't quite sure if I was gonna go live tonight. It's been a rough it's been a rough couple of weeks, but it's been an especially rough last 36 hours. Um, me and Christine are absolutely devastated, and it, I don't know. I can't explain it to you. I can't explain it to people. We don't got that many people in here yet, but I can't explain it. Um, I went to go get a cookie last night because Rocky was always out in the sunroom, and I went to grab a cookie. I would put my hand in the cookie box to go out into the sunroom, and as I was doing it, I'm like, he's not here, you know, and I put the cookie back down. And you get into such a routine, especially taking care of them when they were sick, between the medications and getting them to go outside and just doing all the things necessary to keep them happy while still being sick. Um, it,
You know,
it, it was rough, but especially rough when we put Ruby down 2 weeks ago. She was ready. They administered the anesthesia and she was out like a light 10 seconds later. Well, when they administered the anesthesia to Rocky, he he didn't fall asleep for at least 25 minutes. Um, he come rushing into the vet office the other day, hopping along with his tail wagging everywhere. He probably had the best 24 to 36 hours that he's had in a week or two. And I was really second guessing my decisions. It really was. But after talking with the doctor for about 20 minutes and breaking it all down, they
right.
felt like it was time because you'd rather be a little bit early than too late.
Yeah.
So,
That's why they should be able to euthanize people when they're in pain, they can't take it no more. That's my
yeah,
feeling about it.
yeah. Let me
When you
read off some of the guys here. Let's see. We got Mark Crippen, Denny Fools, Jamie True, Sayer, and Snap on Sam are all in the chat. We don't have too many in the chat so far, but we'll see. I know people probably didn't want to come in here and talk about my dog for a little bit, but I feel like I have to say something and get it off my chest. But anyways, he had a really good last day. I was seriously, I was gonna call it off and bring him back home because he was doing so well.
yeah,
But it
no,
was super hard, especially the type of attitude he had, and then he wasn't falling asleep with the anesthesia, and maybe he had more fight left in him, but we still went through with it, and
some
you
some
know,
people uh, some people dogs or people, you know, the cancer will go on and eat them up alive.
yeah, yeah. So
It's
so but the whole and when you lost Ruby, you still came home and Rocky was here. Now neither of them are here, and
right.
when I tell you this house is super quiet and it's almost eerie in a way. um all you do is cry all day long because every little thing you do reminds you of them. Like I'm picking up their bed. Like they had their own twin mattress because they're two Great Danes. They had their own twin mattress butted up against our bed, and disassembling that and putting that away and putting the food bowls away, and it just all just doesn't feel right to me.
It comes right down to cleaning up the hair off the rug.
Yeah. Thank you, J Bubs. Thank you. But
My
I don't
dog,
know. It's hard to explain. I can't put it into words. If you haven't experienced it, then you just don't know. Some people say it's just a dog, but really, they're more than that. They're a family member, and he was such a good boy,
Yep.
Rocky. The guy that he was 180 pounds, huge, huge dog. You would think he'd be clunky, running into stuff, bumping into you, running you over, all that type of stuff. He was the most gentle dog that I've ever owned.
They would both come to me when I'm on the patio in the lanai and do their dance. I was used to giving them a bone every night, and they knew it. And I'd go get them a bone, bring it down, and they
Yeah,
just
but they were just, I don't know. It's I know you guys don't want to have this morbid live stream. It's just that it's kind of impossible to not talk about it. It's
well,
on my mind.
it's your family.
Yeah.
You can talk
Thank.
about it.
What up, Steve Ott? What up, Jesse Gilliland? Um, Sayer, you know what would make Rocky and Ruby happy if you found another pupper that needs your love. Yeah, but I ain't ready for that yet. I ain't ready. It took me months to get over Lily and Sadie before I found Rocky. I'm just not ready for it. I don't know. I just feel like it's wrong if I jump into it too quickly. You know what I mean? Like it'd be like we that they never mattered or something. That's just how I am. I can't explain it. That's just how I am, and I don't know. I got to be miserable for a little while before I can make that jump.
The way I look at it, Josh, is dogs, they last like 15 years maybe. And I've had so many of them that they just break their heart so much, and you almost want another one, but you don't because you lose a part of your family.
A piece of you dies, like when Lily died and then Sadie died. A piece of me died with them. When Ruby
Yeah,
died, a piece of me died with them, and when Rocky died, a piece of
absolutely.
me died with
all,
them.
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good dogs, you don't have favoritism. You love them all.
yeah, exactly. All right, well, I won't, I won't spend any more time on being morbid and sad and all that type of stuff. I'll just say this: Rocky was the most amazing, gentle, giant animal, creature, whatever you want to call it, that ever came into my life. I love Ruby, don't get me wrong. I love Ruby to death, but they're different. They're two totally different dogs. We love Ruby for her certain ways, which I elaborated on a couple of weeks ago, and we loved Rocky for his certain ways. And Rocky was just stunning. Like he walked into a room and the crowd would just gravitate to him. I'd bring him into the bowling alley, and it wouldn't be a minute into the bowling alley. There'd be a crowd of 20 people around him,
Yeah.
just waiting in line to pet him and to meet him and all that type of stuff.
And at your house too, on the patio, both of them, they want to get rubbed and everything, give them a little treat, and then I got yelled at for giving them too many treats sometimes. but but they will both put their big old head on your lap and just lay down like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like 180 pounds laying on your lap, and it didn't even feel like 180 pounds because he was just so gentle and so careful to not hurt
they
you.
they watch where they place their bones so they ain't hurting you.
Yeah, yeah. And
and
so he was the most amazing animal I've ever owned, most stunning animal I've ever owned. Um, and I'll leave it at that because I don't want this to be this sad live stream and all that type of stuff.
well, it still also is. It's a tool channel, but it's also ones we love. It's an animal channel tonight.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, I don't know if anybody's ever lost their dogs back to back like that either.
Right.
They both were born together. They were both brother and sister litter mates. They were both abused together. They were both abused by some guy that I should go find in Maine and hang him by his
No, be
balls.
quiet. Be quiet. Say no
Yeah,
more.
yeah. They were bounced around 3 or 4 different times trying to find their home, and after 5.5 years, we found them, and they found us, and they finally had their home. And then 2.5, 3 years later, they both got sick together and died together, and it's just amazing. You know what I mean? It's just how things play out and how things work out.
All right, Josh. So, like I said, that flex inline saw,
Yeah,
that that I ripped a lot of boards. That thing is badass. And also the edge, the Bosch edge blades,
yeah,
they're Swiss made.
yeah.
Them things don't play.
I told you.
They go through it. You know what? They might cost a couple more dollars, but they're so much more worth it.
Yeah, yeah. They are.
And yeah, they are. Because you're gonna
Jamie?
go way faster.
Yeah.
So they're good.
Jamie True gave you that saw and you finally got to use it. So how's your fence coming along?
But what?
Your fence.
I got it 3 sides done. I gotta build the gates this weekend.
Nice. So what nail? Did you end up getting a special nailer or no? Hi,
No.
Rod.
Well, I went everywhere. I couldn't get nothing that shoots under. They all go 2 and up, like nailers and the
I told you.
siding. They're like $400. So I bought a Walmart Hyper Tough nail gun.
Yeah, but what kind?
A Hyper Tough.
Yeah, but what kind of nail? What kind of nail did it shoot?
It shoots the good nails, ring shank, coated,
Yeah,
and it works good. I I use my pancake thing, my compressor,
yeah,
no problem.
yeah.
But the only thing about it is, maybe somebody told me what I'm doing wrong out there, but when it gets down to the last 2 nails, it won't fire.
Yeah, that's that. All nailers do that, Dickie. Some are the last 5 nails. It's a mechanism so that you don't have a dry fire and ruin your project.
Okay. So I pulled the thing back, and they're hard to get out because they're pushed in there. You gotta get them out. And the thing you pull back with the spring, because not experienced with them, that some bitch come back with spring power.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
it got me good. But I was impressed by it. Right, my pancake compressor, porta cable, I think a 6 gallon, maybe five, no problem. Boom, 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 put everyone in.
Yeah,
So,
but the only thing, you were only doing it for that job, but if you had to do that all the time, I would definitely not recommend a hyper tough, and I would definitely not recommend carrying a compressor all over the fucking place. But seeing how it was just a one-time job, that's why you buy them type of tools for one-time
yeah,
jobs, one-time uses, all that type of stuff.
you come down to this. I'm an old man now. I'm not building. I did this because I worked for them for 20 years, but
Yeah.
I'm not doing no more shit like this. I just bought it to do that job.
Yep, exactly. Thanks for the happy poot, Steve Ott. Master Yoda 94. Dry firing is not good. No, it's not good. That's why some nailers are up to 5 nails. The last 5 nails they won't fire because that protects it from dry firing and completely destroying your piece or your project.
Right.
Um,
But it's I never had one jam, and I dialed it in. It's got a real easy adjustment, and I put the nail just on. Bam, 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 bam. I didn't do rapid fire because I haven't done it so long, but I put them in sweet, and it's still fast. Boof, 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 boof,
well,
you
that's
know?
good. That's good. Some jobs only air nailers are available to do it right. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, you're building a fence. You put the 2x4s going across on your 4x4s, your end post. You don't want to be on there with a nailer after you cemented them in. They got to be cemented for beating it up with a hammer, putting like all these nails in it. So a nailer don't, you're not like beating on it.
Yeah.
That's a concrete you just put in. Boom, 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 you're done. And no structural damage from pounding on it.
Yeah. What's up, Eddie? Yeah, J Bubs. It was basically a DIY one-time use. No sense of buying a $500 nailer when you're only doing it one time. I have a rototiller and my rigid 6 gallon. What is that? I can't read what that says. And my 6 gallon rigid compressor fits on it nicely. That's good. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. Until Sayer, until Metabo HPT puts out their new nailers, they now have every nailer cordless. Yep, I know. That's why I was saying if you're going to be more of a professional doing it, you probably want to go the cordless route. Just makes your life a hell of a lot easier. Also, one time, hold on. Also, one time Death had a near Chuck Norris experience. I don't even want to know what that means. So yeah, Chuck Norris died today, I guess. I was never a big Chuck Norris fan. I thought a lot of his shit was cheesy and goofy.
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah. I was never a huge Chuck Norris guy.
Liked him.
Not a hater either, but
now I was at Tractor Supply. That's where my first looking for a nailer. I went in there. Ingersoll ran all air tools, but no nailers, all like ratchets and chisels and all this goofy stuff. That stuff is crazy expensive.
Ingersoll Rand, it's very expensive for
Air
stupid air tools.
Why is your air drill worth $300?
It's not.
I mean, $300, I'm getting a battery one. I ain't dealing with this shit.
Exactly. Like,
Wow.
these companies wonder why they're going under. I like
Like,
Bruce Lee kicked him in the face.
I mean,
let's see. Oh, there's a goal I got up here, guys, in the chat. Now we got 2 super chats last week, so we'll add those super chats to this week's goal. So if we get 8 super chats, doesn't matter what the dimension is, if we get 8 super chats this week, within the next half hour of us being live, I should have said this at the beginning, but my mind was in a different place. We will give away a free Tool Squatch t-shirt of your choice for free. We'll raffle it off. So if we get up to if we get 8 super chats tonight, we'll take them 10 people that put in super chats, and we'll put your name in a hat and we'll raffle off a free shirt for you guys. So there you go. You got till the end of the stream to get 8 more super chats up there and see if we give away a free t-shirt. We got to get a t-shirt made up with Dickie on it. We got to get a Captain Dick shirt. Would you guys buy a Captain Dick shirt if we made up a Captain Dick shirt? Would you guys actually wear Captain Dick all around?
I could stay up. I can work alongside a 30-old man all day long and probably put him down. Old man, but I'm hard.
Let's see. Oh, there's the first super chat, 99 cents. Thank you, Eddie.
This is my resume right here. Look at all my cuts.
Do you consider the plastic chuck on the rigid subcompact drill a deal breaker? No, but I also don't use super compact tools, so I don't know. I like to use real man tools because I got man hands, like real man hands, and them tiny little compact tools. I don't like using. They don't fit right in my hand. They feel. That's why I gave Dickie my Flex compact drill because my hands are just too big for it. They don't feel right in my hand. They feel like a child's toy. I'm not a huge fan of super compact tools. But no, I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker.
Josh, I did use the skill Sawzall.
Yeah.
That thing kicks ass. I put it through some shit.
Yeah.
And the batteries hold up really good.
Yeah.
No, I didn't use my flex yet for all this stuff because I'm in New Smyrna, sand, rain, salt. I don't want to use that there, but that thing impressed me very much.
Yeah, and you got them good blades on there. The blades make a difference. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Thanks, Dan the Fisherman.
This night and day difference with a good blade. It really is.
I told you.
Yep.
Have I ever steered you the wrong way?
Nope.
Nope.
And it just goes right through it. Like I'm going through 4x6 like nothing.
Yeah.
I put the posts in and I cut them off where I want them when I lay everything out. And
Yeah.
I said, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like anything else. Like, if you got a pretty good miter saw, but you got some cheap, like, okay, I'll give you this example. My first ever track saw, thank you, True Acolyte, for that super chat. We're up to 3. We need 5 more. My first ever track saw was a Vevor. It was a plug-in one, and it worked great. But I tell you what, it didn't work great at first because I put the Vevor blade on it, right? And when I was trying to cut through wood with that Vevor blade, it was fucking impossible. I thought it was the biggest piece of shit ever. Then I went and got a Milwaukee blade and I put it on there. Thing cut like a dream. Thing cut like an absolute dream. So having a good blade matters.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to interrupt, but a good blade is difference between shoveling snow or using a snowblower.
Yeah. Thank you, Wings and Pizza, for that $4.99 super chat. We're up to 4 now, guys. We need 4 more super chats. We're giving away a free t-shirt. There's another one.
You look at all them Diablo blades and Milwaukee and Salda, all these blades. You buy the good blades, they're really not that much more. It might even be the same price, and they're like night and day difference. There's no comparison.
None.
I know I put it through the test.
Just because a company makes a good power tool doesn't mean they make good power tool accessories.
Well, I can tell you what, the flex blades are good, but if the ones are for demolition, you hit it wood or nails. If you hit a screw, like a fencing screw, toast. Done.
Toast. Hold on 1 second, Dickie. Thank you, Chaz Watson, for that 99 super chat. Thank you, Mark Crippen, for that $1 super chat. So we are up to how many super chats? Oh, we got 6. Wow, guys, you guys are killing it tonight. That's 6 super chats. 2 more super chats, and we'll be raffling off a free t-shirt. I should probably be writing all these down. I can always go back and check. Hold on, let me get a marker real quick.
Say,
Then we'll raffle it off at the end of the show.
God bless America.
What, Dickie? What did you say, Dickie?
Very American oriented.
Let me write down these names. Mark Crippen. Wings and Pizza. True Alkalite. I'm just going to put Eddie twice because he sent 2 of them. So he'll get 2 entries in the drawing tonight if we get 2 more. Dan the Fisherman. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing? Let me see. I'm missing somebody. I'm sorry, guys.
So, folks out there, what are your favorite tools? What brand? Because that's how you learn different brands and you see how good they were and what they can do. And that's how we learn. There's no specific brand that's the best. It's like, it's so far away, but some are better than others.
Yep.
No one company has all the best. Absolutely not.
All right, guys, we got our 8. But if you guys want to keep sending in super chats, we'll just keep writing them down here. So far, I got Mark Crippen for 1, Wings and Pizza for 1. We got Eddie in for 3. Actually, Wings and Pizza donated $5. So if people are donating $1 and getting 3, Wings and Pizza should at least get 3. So 3. Dan the Fisherman gets 2. Because he did $2. And Chaz gets 2 because he donated 99 cents a piece. So if you guys still want to keep donating more and more super chats, I'll just keep putting them in the hat here, and we'll draw at the end of the show here in a few minutes, in about 15, 20 minutes. And you guys will get a free t-shirt. I also want to say, I'm sorry, guys. It's been a crazy month with the dogs getting sick and taking care of them, and then them dying. And then our printer broke, So I haven't been able to print out the UPS labels. I went and got the printer fixed. I will be on all of that this weekend, and I will be I will be shipping out all of your guys' prizes that you won a few weeks ago for our 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I will be shipping that all out Monday. Okay, so I apologize to you now. I've been slacking in that department. There's just been a lot going on, and I seriously haven't had the time or the energy to even think about it, and that's my bad. But I just wanted everybody to know they'll be going out Monday. Okay, guys? Jesse Gilliland's in.
I'm going to interrupt for a minute.
What?
Josh, I'm going to interrupt for a minute.
Yep.
Your dogs mean everything to you, so they have to accept that because they're family, and everybody, acquaintances, and they just got to get it, man. It's like losing a loved one, and it is a loved one. So
Yeah.
anybody that has a dog will understand.
Yeah. 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 I agree. And you can also, when we raffle off this shirt tonight, you can get a Rocky or a Ruby Tool Squatch shirt. This is Ruby's. My Rocky one's coming in the mail in a few days. But this is Ruby's Tool Squatch shirt, and it says noises. What? Nope. Out of here. Because she didn't like loud noises. But you can choose those as your shirt of choice if you win. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna start something up to where every Rocky and Ruby shirt that gets sold, the profit from that is going to get donated to a local shelter to help out another animal in need. So I'm going to start that up. We're going to start up the Rocky and Ruby Foundation, and we are going to make sure that dogs that need it, animals that need it, get it. So if you guys are interested in the Rocky and Ruby shirts, just know you're helping out a sick dog, a homeless dog, cat, whatever the case may be.
So, Josh, I use my Flex quite a lot. That thing is so badass. When you put the screws in and you go too far, you just back off the button on it, like 1, 2, 3, and then turbo.
Yeah.
Put it on 1. I use it on 2, and it puts it right. Because if you're doing fencing to pickets, you want to sink the nail way in because it makes the wood rot. It's making a hole. You want a little bit, not flush, but just minute.
Yeah.
And that thing is great. It's got crazy power. If I put that thing on high, it'll go right through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the bit comes out, I'll have nothing about.
I told you that turbo button's something else. I told you. Thank you, Fix It Jimmy or Bayou Maintenance and Projects for that $5 super chat. I'll put your that's 5 entries for you, and I'm giving Wings and Pizza 5 entries too because he's donated a $5 super chat. So thank you guys for all that, and thank you Eddie for your super chat as well. That's 4 for you. You guys are killing it tonight. It's awesome. Let's see. I'm not working much, so it's rough. I have plenty of Lego sets I've been trying. I'm getting ready for something. I hope people care. Thanks for sharing your story, Josh. Well, thank you, Eddie, for being here. I appreciate it.
And you really don't even need that turbo. It's crazy without it.
I know. But and you know what's funny? And I don't want this to seem like I'm calling this guy out because I generally like this person. I think he's a little goofy. I think he's done very well for himself and his tool channel. And I generally like the guy. He's a nice guy. But I just have a little problem how he was reviewing the drills in his video a couple of days ago. He had the new Makita 40 volt. Listen, Dickie, 40. This is the brand new one, just came out this week or something, right? The Makita 40 volt with a big ass 40 volt battery on it, right? Now hold on. Because that's got 3 speeds, it's got a 3-speed gearbox. He said he couldn't put it up against the Flex because the Flex has only got a 2-speed gearbox. And then when he did put it up against the Flex, he didn't put it in turbo mode. So, okay, let me get this straight. You got a Makita that's got 16 more volts of power. You put on a huge 40 volt battery, which has more power. And then you don't even turn on the turbo mode for the Flex. I am here to tell you that flex in turbo mode with a 6 amp hour double stack battery will smoke that Makita every day every
And
day
I'll
and
tell you
twice on
something.
Sunday.
You don't need a battery, that many volts and all that shit. Drill, if it's set up right, it only needs so much power. Don't 80 volt. How long is that gonna last? And how much are them batteries? Like $22,000 a piece. I'm talking reality, man. You don't need all
Hold on,
that
Dickie,
volt. Come on, man.
hold on, hold on,
They had 12
hold
volts
on,
back in the days that did your job unless you're sinking like crazy sinkers.
Dickie.
They'll
So,
put drywall and doing all this 2x4s, that'll work. You're gonna give me this so big old drill that weighs more than I do?
Dickie,
Yep.
he like put a huge ass 40-volt battery on a fucking Makita drill. So now you're using a tool that looks like this. You know how off balance that is, and just how
Oh,
horrible.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on right there. Put it up like you had it. Put it
Okay,
up there straight. Hold it up there. Okay, look. You're gonna put something in up there, right? You want to go in. You're pretty close to the wall. The battery sticks out 2 inches, an inch in front of that. You can't even get to the wall square because the battery's in the way.
I know
Go.
it's stupid, but that's how they test. So Makita had to double their voltage, pop these big ass batteries on their tools just to be on par with Flex or DeWalt, or not even really on par. They're still behind them. That's my point. That's
But
my point.
at least the flex of draw, you can go square to the wall. The battery won't hit that. It'll hit inch before you get to it.
Yeah, I know. I
Say,
know.
I don't get it.
Me neither. Let's see.
College boys again.
Wings and pizza becomes counterproductive when the battery weighs more than the tool. I agree 100%. Rodney Widger, who tested it that way, Josh. I I really don't want to do, because I like the guy. I want you guys to know that I actually do like this guy. I'm not trying to call him out. I'm not trying to put any. I don't want you guys going over to his channel and giving him a hard time. Is what I'm trying to say. But it was Drew. Drew does tools, okay, and he does a lot of impact stuff like impact wrenches and the impossible screw, and he does some pretty cool stuff that's entertaining, and that's why his channel's doing good. But yes, Drew does tools. Did that test. I wish he would run the test back. Uh, Actually doing it kind of, you know, fair. I hate to use that word fair because, Flex isn't a 40-volt tool, and how can you really make it fair? You really can't, but you should at least test them together. Just put the Flex in turbo mode in speed 2, put the Makita in speed 3 with its ungodly battery, and let's see who wins. You can't just say, "Oh, well, I can't test these two next to each other because one only has 2 speeds and one only has 3 speeds," because if that were the case, let me get you a tool real quick. Because if that were the case, then I couldn't test this up against the other drills like I have. This has a 4-speed gearbox. Do you think I didn't test this up against a Milwaukee and a DeWalt? No, I did. Okay? I tested it. Look how big that battery is. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You you got to put these big ass batteries on these tools to be on par with the DeWalts and the Flexes and the Milwaukees of the world. Just stop and go back to the drawing board and figure something else out, because this isn't how it's supposed to be done.
That's old Makita battery. It's probably 12 years old. How small it is. 18 volt. Guess what? I use this. I put thousands of deck screws in. If I go through 1.5 battery in the day, that's a lot. They held their power, and you know what? This has been sitting forever. Charged.
Yeah, but here's what I'm going to tell you, Dickie. Maybe when you bought that a decade and a half ago, that was considered good technology. The problem is they're still using that same exact battery that you just showed with all of their new power tools, and you saw how their new drill fried 2 of those batteries, remember?
Dog crap.
Yes, yes. Hold on, let me get to some questions. Let's see. Wings and Pizza, is he a Makita fanboy? No, I don't think he's a fanboy at all. No, I just don't think. I don't know why he chose to say that and why he couldn't test the two next to each other. I don't know why. Maybe we should ask him. Maybe some of you should go, because you guys got to understand. If I go to his channel and I ask him in the comments section, it makes it look like I'm calling him out in front of his peers and in front of his audience. And the people who I like, I don't like doing that too. So if you guys went over there, watched his video, maybe give him a like, and then just ask him, hey, how come, why couldn't you again put the flex up against the Makita? And just see what he says. Rod, I never give anyone grief, just wondering. I have never seen Drew does tools. Yeah, he's fairly new. He's fairly new. He does all right. Chaz. He is a DeWalt guy, Wings and Pizza. Oh, God, that piece of shit.
You know how old this is?
That's old.
That's probably 14 years old. It still works, but the chuck has slop in it, so it'll still drill. But that's been through the war. And
that's got a plastic chuck, right?
And this, no.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. But
yeah,
this chuck, this battery on.
All right, but time out, Dickie. Time out. Which one are you picking up now? Those Makitas or your Flex? Which ones are you going to pick up now? Those Makitas or your new Flexes?
You know what? That doesn't have a setting on it. You can do it by the trigger. My Flex, I can instead of, if you're putting a 2x4 on into a 2x6 or whatever, screwing it, if you screw it in and put the screw in a 1/2 inch, you're doing no good. You're making you're tightening too much. And that with the Flex, I can set it or bury it, just bury it. And if I want to do it more, I just hit it, instead of putting it all the way in,
Yeah. So so hold on, time out. What tools are you picking right now? Your old Makita tools or your new Flex tools?
I just got the Makita tools out of the bottom of my box. I haven't used them in at least a year. I just like the Flex because, like I'm talking about, if you put pickets and everything on, you got 2x4, putting 3-inch, like patio screws in with the starboard. When you go in that 2x4, if you go in real far, you're making a hole that's pressure treated. Pressure treated only goes so far, it makes it rot more. So you want to get to the surface and go minute.
Okay. There you go, guys. His Makita stuff sat in the bottom of his toolbox for the last year until he just brought it out now.
Yep.
Let's see, Jay Bub.
In their day, they work very well.
Yeah.
But I have updated ones, which work better.
Rodney Winger. It doesn't matter if one drill screws a leg in 1 second quicker. If you do 10 screws and then takes a 15-minute break. Yeah, but you got to understand too, we do them. That's not what I'm saying about his channel, because I do that same stuff. We're trying to show you guys power differences. So it's not about whether this Milwaukee can drive this down in a 1.5 seconds faster than this DeWalt. Okay, it's showing you the power difference. And if you were going to be putting in 300 deck screws, 400, 500 deck screws in a weekend, okay, let's see. 2 seconds extra, whatever you may be, your job will be done faster. The tool is more powerful, so it could handle something more powerful. It just gives you guys a visual to show the differences in power between the tools. So it's not that we're saying we're going to go out there and drive 10-inch lags. That's not what we're doing. We're just trying to show you the power of the tool.
And I would think, like this drill, the impact, I did ducking thousands of feet of it. And I could go all day long and the battery would last forever. And what I'm saying is, if you get an 18 volt or 20 volt and it's a good drill, or you don't need to go 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 volts. Get like I say, a low voltage because first of all, you only need so much power, man. What are you gonna blow right through it?
Yeah,
So
but not everybody. Here's the problem, Dickie. You use your tools properly. The general public will see that impact driver and think it's meant to take off fucking lug nuts off their car or take off axle nuts. Okay? Because it
well,
says impact on it, they think it's meant to do that. And some of them can do it, but it's not what it's meant for. You're just going to wear out your tool. What Dickie just said, if you're running deck screws all day long, 2.5, 3-inch screws all day long, an impact driver is the tool you want to use. So you're not going to see a big difference running them 3-inch deck screws in all day long, power to power. But if you're driving lag bolts, if you're trying to if you're trying to use the tool improperly, well, that's where you start seeing power differences. Like guys literally will test taking lug nuts off a car with an impact driver.
It won't work.
It does. Some of them does. Some of them it does work. It doesn't mean it's the right tool for the job. You want an impact wrench.
You're
You want
beating it
an
up.
exactly. Yes. Yes.
And don't trust it to tighten them down.
Yes, exactly. If you're in a pinch, like if you're stuck on the side of the road and all you guys an impact driver, of course, use it, right? You know what I mean? If you're in a
You
pinch,
know
that's
what?
one thing.
But also, unless you have a badass impact driver, it's not going to take a lug nut off.
Your flex one will.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I mean,
But
the average Joe won't take it off. They're 100 pounds.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to use that tool. And that is the most misused tool in all of tools, the impact driver. People drill holes with it. I'm sorry, if you drill holes with an impact driver,
They're not
just
made for that, boys.
guys, you see
Young
what
man,
I'm working. Look what I got here. Okay, I got a big project I'm working on right now that needs this big ass bit, right? And I got the Bosch world's strongest hammer drill out using it. And let me tell you, it does a good job, right?
uh,
But there's some idiots out there that will buy an impact rated bit this long, put it in their impact driver, and start going, no, 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 no. Well, you know what you're doing? That impact is hitting metal on metal
the
hundreds of
impact
times. It's
tax
getting
makes
hot. You're wearing
break.
down your tool.
Yeah, it can't drill. It's bottoming out. Boom, 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 boom.
Exactly. Exactly. Rodney Widger, I know you had a question, Rod. Let me see. I picked up a rear handle circ saw at Home Depot. They are heavy to me. What I need to get is a left side blade so I can see my cut easier. Well, the problem, I love rear handle saws because I'm big, I'm huge, I'm strong. They don't feel that heavy to me. And the blade is left on all rear handle saws. The reason why I don't like 7 1/4 sidewinders because usually the blade is on the right hand side, and that's where I have trouble seeing the cut and all that other type of stuff. So I don't know what to tell you, Rod. It's either you get used to the rear handle with the blade left, or you start using your other hand to get a better cut with a 7 1/4 sidewinder. Or if you can use a 6.5-inch circ saw, if that's going to cut enough for you, use a 6.5-inch circ saw because most of those are blade left. Let's see, Wings and Pizza. I appreciate tool channels that explore a variety of brands. That's what I like about this channel. Yeah, we don't discriminate against any brand. We've tested all the way up from Hilti all the way down to Dongchang, okay? It don't matter if it's a tool and it's out there for sale, we'll test it. We'll put it out there. Go ahead, Dickie. Oh boy. Did you get there it is, the 7 1/4 sidewinder. Now is that blade left or blade right, Dickie?
Blade right.
Yeah. So the blade's on the other
I
side
didn't
for a
even know they
right-hander.
made different blades. It's like a regular saw, regular circular.
So yeah, so the blade That makes it hard for a right-hander to see your cut line when you're cutting blade right. If you're a right-hander, you want blade left. If you're a left-hander, you want blade
No, I'm
right.
a right-hander, and I look on the inside of the blade, the inside.
Yeah, you can. You can do that. I'm just saying to see that, it's just for me, I prefer blade left. I
But I
prefer
bought
blade
this.
left.
It was crazy. Like, I don't know how much I paid for it, but it's a 7 1/4 one. The other one is smaller, but that's what it is.
That's a powerful machine you got there, Richard.
I'm a
Chaz
powerful man.
Watson, hold on,
I'm
hold
a
on.
powerful man.
Chaz Watson just said, I spent about $3,000 on Flex, but I was able to downsize from 6 to 7 brains to 3. Yeah, I know, Rodney. I have even more trouble because of my low vision. Except my Cobalt 6.5 is blade right. Really? Your 6.5 Cobalt is blade right? That's crazy because I got 4 6.5-inch saws, and every one of them's blade left. Every one of them. The DeWalt, the Hercules, the Ryobi, which don't buy, it's a piece of shit.
So
And
is this one blade left or right?
which one?
The one I showed you.
I think that's blade right. I think it's on the right hand side.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know they made a right and a left.
Well, it's just what side of the blade does it sit on the side of the tool? Hold on, let me go get my rear handle. Hold on.
I mean, my in line, I can see the line from no matter what side.
Well, I'll show you right now here. So this is my Flex, and this thing is a beast. This is my Flex rear handle saw. Okay.
Okay.
Now, from my viewpoint, the blade is on my left. Okay, so I can see the cut window. I can see the cut window easier as a right-hander. Okay. Now on your saw, the blade is over here. Take it out
Okay.
of the box.
I'm looking at mine. You're right.
Yeah. So the blade is
Now,
over
I
here.
almost bought one of them because they had them for like $79.
I bought this for $59, and it was one of the best purchases I ever made. Look at that. Got a CMT blade on there. Did you ever get one of these type of blades yet, Dickie? CMT?
I know.
I'll send you one for your Flex. I got a 7 1/4. I'll send it for your Flex.
Okay.
This is like the bee's knees when it comes to circular saw blades.
Yep.
All right, let me see here. The Flex inline circular saw is fantastic. Yep, Dickie just got done using it.
What I like, it's not big and bulky. If you're just doing small stuff, you can't beat it. Like ripping, you can rip stuff with that. It goes through it with a good blade like
Yep,
nothing. And I
sure
didn't even
does.
hardly touch the battery. It's got
Sure
a hot.
does. Sure does. All right, guys. Let me go get a couple of pieces of paper. I'm going to write down everybody's name in a hat. I'm going to write everybody's name down. We'll put it in the Harbor Freight hat. And then we'll draw for this free t-shirt, okay? Let me go get a couple pieces of paper. Dickie, entertain them for a minute.
So, what do y'all folks out there? What's your favorite tool? It can be an off-brand. I mean, I got Skill. There's so many different tools out there. Like, and back then, they made good tools. There were no namers, and they were great. And they quit making them because they were too good. So, what do y'all? What's your favorite tool?
All right, I'm back.
Or what's your favorite job? What do you like working on with your tools? What works best for you? Because that's how we get knowledge. And when we do a job, we learn from experience from you what's the easy way to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how we roll. Let's roll. Right. Roll.
That's an Eric Clapton song. You want to tell them a story about that song?
Oh, let's roll is Neil Young. It was about
I thought it was
9/11.
Eric Clapton.
Neil Young.
Okay.
Well, when they were gonna crescent, I think the Pentagon, they tried to take over the cabin, and they all said, "Let's roll." And some of them did get it. They must have been low enough to get reception on the phone and said, let's roll. And they all got together, tried to take them over, but they have weapons, and it just.
They ended up crashing the plane in Pennsylvania, so it didn't crash into the White House.
And my last boat I had, the name of it was Let's Roll.
Yep, our boat's name was Let's Roll. Yep, sure was.
Yep.
Let's see, Bayou Maintenance and Projects. Dickie, do you remember when nailers would just shoot no real safety mechanism? He's saying,
Yeah,
remember when nailers would just shoot and it didn't have a safety, so you could just be shooting somebody
yeah,
with nails?
yeah.
Crazy, right? All right, I'm fit. I gotta
Pretty
write
good
down
for
all these names.
keeping people away from you. Go home. You're not allowed here.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm just
What
writing
about
down the names, guys.
these gas prices?
Well, you knew that was coming, but
Yeah,
let's not get into too much of that.
I got to get a loan to fill up my truck. I got a diesel.
Let's
It's
see,
like
Dan the Fisherman.
five something a gallon.
I know, Dan. I posted that deal the other day. The two M12 5 amp hour high output batteries for $90. I posted that deal the other day. I hope you saw it. That's good that you found it. Let's see, Rodney Widger. I use CMT for circular saws and recip saws. Souls told me about them a few years ago. Yep, he told me about them too, and I haven't went back since. So, sorry guys, I'm just writing down these tickets. Ah, Dan Fisherman did see that video. That's nice. Well, I'm glad you saw it, and I'm glad you ended up taking advantage of that deal. That's a great deal. If I didn't already have 5 of them, I would have bought that deal. I probably should have bought them and then sold them like 2 months later or something, like so many other weirdos do. You know what I mean? They buy up all the stock and then they sell it off on
That's
eBay.
inside trading.
So, how's Jet doing, your dog?
He's doing good. He's getting old, but he's still, he still wants to be the boss and prevail since Saber's gone because he always depended on her. She was the dominant one, and now he's like feels I got to take over, and he does a good job at it. Sometimes he gets overboard, but you know what? We got weirdos walking down the street and stuff. I said, let him bark at the window. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
you know? Yeah.
I'm almost done. Give me a second, guys. I got 7 more to do. Let's see. Hold on.
I asked all you old folks out there, what's a good truck to buy like 15 years old? I'm about to sell my newer truck and get something older. And what's a good truck? All you motorheads out there, Sayer and
I don't know if Sayer's here. I haven't seen him comment in a minute. Maybe
geez.
Jamie True's up there. He wants to know what's a good truck to buy. Why? I thought you were getting rid of the truck because you didn't want to deal with the gas mileage.
No, we're gonna sell the camper and we're gonna sell the truck. I don't need the big diesel truck. We're not pulling a camper all around the world. I want to get something older, but I want a full size box, and I want something that isn't crazy computer bound so I can work on it.
Sayer said buy a Chevy.
What year?
There you go, Sayer. What year? Thanks, Rodney.
How about an
Mark
old?
Crippen said Chevy.
How about an old Power Wagon Dodge? Old school.
Yeah, I'm a Dodge guy. I hate this. I'm definitely a Mopar guy. I have been for years. I've been a Mopar guy for
Well,
years.
I had two of them in Niagara when I was plowing snow. One was a 3 ton, the other one was a ton and a half. And them things, they didn't break down. I mean, minute. I'm always been a Mopar man.
Funny how he's a Mopar guy and I'm a Mopar guy, right? See how that shit bleeds in? See how you're just brainwashed at an early age? Don't
Rich.
buy GM shit. Oh, well, Steve just said don't buy GM shit, and two people said buy. That's what I mean. You're going to get a mixed bag of reactions of what to buy and what not to buy.
Well, you know what? I am a Chevy guy too, and I'm a Ford guy. I've had good Fords, good Chevys, but my old school when I grew up in Mopars, and my cousin was a mechanic. He used to race cars. I hung out with him, and I just been a Mopar man. But I like Chevys and Fords too. But I want to get like a older truck and like tweak it out a little bit, like make a sleeper out of it.
Yeah. All right, who's gonna win there, Dickie? Let's see. Who do we got? We got Mark Crippen Jr., Wings and Pizza, the True Alkalite, or AKA known as Eddie, Dan the Fisherman, Chaz Watson, Jesse Gilliland, and Fix It Jim. Who's gonna win?
Um, the Fisherman.
The Fisherman. Wow, Dickie said the Fisherman. Now, if I choose the Fisherman, it's gonna look fixed.
Well, I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida. You're in New York. We can't do that.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe you're in New York in the next room. Maybe you're at the house in my
Trust me,
garage.
all of our listeners, Josh's listeners, this is not AI. AI scares me.
All right, here we go. I can't see. I can't see. I can't see. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm picking this one, and it is Jesse Gilliland.
Yep. There you go.
Congratulations, Jesse.
Yep.
Email. I think I gotta send you a tool, but email me. Go on the Tool Squatch merch store. The link is in in our bio, and any T-shirt. You know, whether it's the Orange Crush Mafia shirts, the Tool Squatch shirts, but it's got to be in my merchandise store, not Souls's or Dr. Left Hand Threads. Okay. So pick out whatever T-shirt you like, what size, and we'll get it ordered up and sent out to you. Okay. And my email's in the bio too, which you've already emailed me, so I don't think that will be a problem.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna stunt the crowd.
Oh, we forgot about Stump the Dick today. We
What's that?
almost forgot.
What is that?
Apache, what up?
What is that?
It looks like wire.
You won.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Baling wire.
Oh, you're an idiot. I swear to God.
I'll give you easy one.
An easy one. That was a no-brainer. Oh, shit. You know, I don't know what, though. If I wouldn't have said something, these guys would have been Googling it to try and figure out that you're trying to trick them with something super hard, you know? Well, Apache helicopter just showed up, but we're getting ready to get out of here. Congrats to Jesse Gilliland on winning the T-shirt. You guys are awesome. You guys came through with 10 super chats tonight. That's pretty cool. Like I said, we started the show off talking about Rocky, and you know, my videos may be a little sporadic this week. They may not be as there may not be one every day. It all depends how I feel. Because here's how I feel: if I can't go in front of the camera and entertain you guys a little bit, I don't want to seem sad and depressed and down and out. So if I'm not feeling it that day, I'm probably not going to put up a video. So just bear with me here for a few days. I'm going to try and get a video out every day, but if it doesn't happen, I'm sorry in advance. But he was a huge part of my life. Rocky, he was a huge part of my life, and it says him and Ruby both. It's been a huge void uh, these last 2 days not having them around.
But Josh, you got to think, and you know, it's kind of a thing to think about a way out, but not a way out. It just when my brother passed and we were in the church, my mama was crying so hard, and I said, "Mom, Herb does not want you to cry. He wants you to be, don't cry." And your dogs, if you cry when they were there, they say, "What's wrong, Daddy?" Right? And
Yeah,
everything. So they don't want you to cry and hurt for them. They just want to let you know they love you and they're gone.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
that's what got me through my brother and my mom and everything. Like mom, dad, he does not want to see you cry. That's the last thing they want.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
hard to say no, but it gives you a little bit of energy to try to get away from it.
yeah,
Your
yeah,
dog doesn't want you to cry.
yeah,
If I cut myself, my dog, I could be working in the garage, cut myself. I could go in the house, sit down, and get something to eat. That dog knows I cut myself, comes right to where I cut myself
yeah.
and wants to try to fix me. You know,
And also, all your guys' prizes from the 10K giveaway. I spoke about that earlier on the show. I'm working on it this weekend, and I will have them out on Monday.
uh,
So y'all will be receiving your tools. Sorry about the delay. Like I
yeah,
said, it's been really effed up. I wasn't when we did that giveaway. We thought we'd get at least a
yeah,
couple more months out of either one of them, but Ruby declined so fast after that giveaway. She wasn't eating a couple of days after that giveaway, and I just haven't had. And then our printer broke. The printer broke, so I couldn't even print out the damn labels, and I did not want to take the printer apart. I was already
right,
depressed and trying to take care of Rocky. I put it on the back burner. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but
yeah. It's been
I
traumatic to you. You lost your children,
yeah, pretty much.
and
And
everybody has to deal with that. If they can't, then they're not on the same page as you.
yeah. And so yeah, your guys' stuff will be going. I'm getting on all that this weekend, and I'll have everybody's stuff out. Who paid for their shipping? There's a couple of guys that haven't paid for their shipping, but we'll figure all that out. The guys who have paid for their shipping, I'll have your guys' stuff out in the mail come Monday night,
Yeah,
and that's my bad. Yeah,
good.
they thank you, Apache. I want to say this while I remember to. Apache was nice enough to donate that Flex impact driver with the two double stack batteries, the big prize, and he
Okay.
sent it out to the winner, Dominic, already, and he got it. So I want to say thank you to Apache for that. If y'all don't know, Apache is his name is Joshua Wilson. Um, he really helps out a lot of us tool channels, whether it's him letting us borrow a tool so we can review it, or him
That's
giving
awesome.
us a tool, or donating stuff for raffles. He's always involved in it, and he is a huge supporter of the channels in our community. Souls, Tactics, myself, I could go on and on. The guy is just awesome and amazing, and I just wanted to say that.
And I think we need to know, or you need to go on your channel that other people tell their experience of working on stuff, shortcuts, or what tool they use and everything. So we can all learn. Like I've learned so much off this channel, like ain't sure how to do that, and somebody will know it. And even though you know it, but you don't know it, if you get somebody that did it, then it all comes together.
Well, there's sometimes you know it, you just haven't done it in a while, and you need a little refresher.
Even if you know it, there's so much new technology. They'll say, "Oh, do it this way." Oh, why didn't I think of that? It's gonna take a lot of time off my job, and it's better. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
new stuff they're
So
coming out with.
So the guys like Joshua Wilson, aka Apache Helicopter, guys like him is what helps tool channels um, bring you guys the latest and the greatest, so you guys can see the tools before you go and buy them. If it wasn't for people like him, and there's a few other people that have sent me stuff, and I've sent stuff to people, up and coming channels that don't have a lot of money and need a couple of tools so that they can make a few videos and get started. I've sent them stuff. So it's all about a give and a take, right? Somebody gives
Absolutely.
you something, you give somebody else something, and it's like this big circle, and we all kind of take care of each other. Jamie True has sent out stuff to not only Dickie but myself. Sayer has sent me chisels and stuff, and I can't tell you how many times I've asked Sayer a question when I've needed the help, and he's always been right there and ready to help. So it's people like that who really make this whole thing happen. You know what I mean? It's just not me. It's all of you. Because if you guys weren't watching, well, we wouldn't be sitting here for an hour and a half on a Friday night talking to y'all.
Hats off to the backbone of American workers.
Yep. All right, we're getting out of here, guys. Thanks for all the support
Absolutely.
this last month, going through what I've been going through with Rocky and Ruby, your text messages, your comments. I know I haven't replied to a lot of them because I've been kind of depressed, and I've been slacking hard on replying the comments. Just know they are all very, very appreciated, and me and Christina both thank you guys for just trying to always be there for us. And I just wanted to say thank you. And we're getting out of here. You got anything you want to say, Dick?
The only thing I can say is what Josh is saying. Josh gets very involved with his dog. They're his life, and they mean a lot to him. A lot of people don't understand. Like, Josh is a very true, loving person that cares, and when things like this go wrong, it eats him up. And
yeah. Thank you, Dickie.
It's hard, and like other people do, but because he does, and everybody does their own thing, and that's why he's not right now, like he should be, and that's the exact reason why, because his dogs are his life along with his wife, and it's the way it is.
Yeah. Thank you, Cap. All right, guys. We'll see everybody here next. Before I leave, we got the M8, the M12 new 3/8 ratchet, the slim feel, high powered, high torque, something 85 inch pounds or foot pounds of torque. Sorry, foot pounds of torque. That will be here tomorrow. So keep your eye out for them videos. Those should be some fun videos, guys. All right, we're getting out of here. Thanks for the super chats. Jesse Gilliland, email me. We'll pick out your shirt and let me know.
I got a new torque wrench I just got.
Right? Did you?
It's this long. It's this long. It has a 500 horsepower Chevy motor on it.
All right, we're getting out of here. See you later.